Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is 6 p.m., June 17th, 2024, and I call this meeting to order. Prior to us beginning, I'd like to take a moment for the Pledge of Allegiance and then a small invocation, but we'll do the invocation first, please. Everybody, please stand. Visitor remarks. Ms. Jackie, do we have anybody signed up for that? Visitor remarks. Moving on to public hearing. To receive comments from the public concerning a request for a conditional use permit to allow 2 duplex units to be built on lots 7 through 10, block 2, or is that 11? Block 11, Los Fresnos original town site.
Good afternoon. My name is Juan Ayala, and I come representing the Church of Iglesia Cristiana Ebenezer, which is on First Street. And I just got to have a couple questions, just to satisfy our curiosity. Actually, it's just 3. First one is will the zoning of this new apartments, that's going to turn that particular area from a commercial, from a residential to commercial. Is that correct? Or that zone or that area or that block or whatever? No. No? So it won't affect any of the other adjacent residential blocks or areas?
Just those 4 lots
Just those 4 lots?
be, allow for duplex.
Okay, so only those 4 lots are going to turn commercial. Because my concern was,
Commercial,
oh, nice. The state,
allow for a duplex. Commercial is business.
oh, okay, so it's going to remain residential, allowing for duplex. Okay, and so my main concern was the raising of the taxes, not just here, but if it trickled down to any other area, it won't affect tax rates for the adjacent blocks or houses, or
Shouldn't.
it shouldn't. That was basically my concern, my main concern really, because there's been so many property taxes raising that, well, that's going to affect it. I talked to Jackie, and she said call the county, and I called the county taxes, and they said they didn't know, they weren't sure, they have to compare. So I just want to check with you guys and see if you knew any more than they did. So apparently it's not going to affect the property taxes.
The city doesn't raise the property values, they adjust the property tax. And over the last 3 years, the city's lowered the tax 3 cents. So property values are done by Cameron Appraisal District,
Right.
not the county. It's a separate entity.
Okay. Okay. You guys answered my question. That's good. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's all I had.
Thank you, Mr. Ayala. We appreciate it. Is there anybody else listed? Moving on to action items. Number 1, consideration and action to approve a request for a conditional use permit to allow 2 duplex units to be built on lots 7 through 10, block 11, Los Fresnos original town site.
couple of questions that have been asked in case someone here didn't feel like getting up and asking, just so that everybody's on the same page. Compared to this, if you're familiar with the street, it's West Second Street from Alamo to Arroyo. It's where you turn in to go to the drive-through with Wells Fargo. Most people know that. On the south side, there's already duplexes, and they were built back in the early 70s, I believe. For whatever reason, they didn't require them to do any parking on site. All the parking's on the street, which makes it very, well, not good. So the concern was, is that what this is? And that's no. We don't know. We have, everyone that builds now, whether it's single-family residential, duplex, apartments, commercial, all has to have parking off the street. And so these do have that. I believe there's 10 total parking places. There's 8 required, but they did a pretty good job in adding some, so that's good. If you'll notice, catty-cornered across from there, the next block over is also a set of duplexes, and they do have the on-site parking and not on-street parking. So the rest of it meets all of the guidelines on the setbacks. The setbacks on the corner lot is more, but they meet those requirements.
Are all the other duplexes that are around that area, were they zoned multifamily prior to, or did they do an adjustment to that?
I do not know, that was so long ago. I think it was a conditional use like this is. I don't think it was set, but I'm not sure. No? Yeah.
Does the city have any reservations on setting precedents right now?
On that area, in general, yes. If you'll know, I have adamantly been against most duplexes in a single family area, and but in this case, because across the street is already 4 or 5, and then on the other side of across this street there's 4 or 5, and across this street there's already 2. There's no precedent to it's already done, so I think it fits in with what's there. Across, catty-cornered across is the vacant lot behind the city hall, the old city hall complex. So I think in this case, would be allowable and will work just fine because of what's already there.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mylum. Any other questions from any other board members today? So action item is on the table. I will entertain a motion at this time.
Make a motion to approve?
We have a motion to approve and a second. Any questions? All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. All those denying, same vote. Unanimous, thank you. Action item number 2, consideration and action to approve the final plat of Dunco 2, Los Fresnos subdivision.
Members of the board, your plat is there, and everything is in order, both administratively and by the engineers. This is the property right to the west of Walmart property, so this is the final plat for that. We recommend approval.
Sir, questions? Yes, sir.
I do have a question. As we're reading this, I'm curious, what are these concrete monuments? What are they?
It just to show the property lines so that they're not lost back 10 years from now and on, that it's easy to find the property lines.
Gotcha, thank you.
Any other questions from the board? No. Thank you, Mr. Mylum. We appreciate the the information. And at this time, as the action item is still on the table, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Any discussion? Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Aye. All those denying? Motion passes unanimous. Action item number 3, consideration and action to approve minutes from May 20th, 2024 for the planning and zoning meeting. Any questions or concerns?
Make a motion to approve.
I second.
We have a motion for approval and a second. Any questions or concerns at this point? Then, with this said, all those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand, repeating aye.
Aye.
All those denying? Woody? Great. Thank you all very much for being here. With this, we conclude this planning and zoning meeting for this evening. Meeting is adjourned. Oh, and if you guys notice, Mr. Mylum got us some caps. Thank you, Mr. Mylum.